Are you wondering what's going on with the Almaden Valley market? It is a strange time we are in with coronavirus, and how has that affected the real estate market? I'll fill you in with some of the latest rules, how I'm working in today's environment, and what's actually going on with real sales in the local area of Almaden. Hi, I'm Theresa Wellman with homeownerexperience.com, a local San Jose, California real estate agent. I live in Almaden Valley and I love Almaden Valley, and today I'm going to talk about what's actually going on in Almaden Valley with the coronavirus outbreak and how we are sheltering in place and how that has affected how we process real estate transactions, as well as what's effect we've seen on the real estate market. So let's jump right into the computer. Okay, here's the Almaden Valley market update stats through March 2020, presenting it here now in April 2020. So the average price in Almaden went up 27%. If you've watched my videos frequently from Almaden, you know that the values in Almaden are pretty sporadic because of the huge price range in the area. So last month they were down, this month they are back up. So the number of sales though was promising, also up 35%. So pretty good market in March. Today, Almaden is considered a seller's market. The days of inventory was down to 22, which means it would take 22 days to sell all the homes at the current rate of sales. But don't get too excited because the rate of sales has changed due to the shelter in place. So right now I'm just reviewing the overall March data, but this data is a trailing indicator. So here the pending sales are up 7.4%. Inventory was down because of the shelter in place, but the closings came in really strong at 104.5% of list price. And we are currently 63% of homes are in contract, which is actually up from last month of 60%. So that's a pretty good sign, but what would it have been without the shelter in place? Good question. So here is an overall of the stats. The average price was up again to 1.834. So pretty strong and a pretty hot market that we saw in March. Let's talk about a little bit of the changes that we've seen. Actually, let's first go into how this data looks historically through 2015 all the way through the first few months of 2020. So you can see the first 3 months are highlighted in yellow from 2019 to 2020. In Almaden, we had really strong sales in January, February, and March compared to 2019. So that's a really good sign. But if you look back to 2018, it was maybe slightly lower. The biggest difference you're going to note is this yellow line where inventory has continued to stay low and it typically drastically increases in the spring. But because we had such low inventory and good strong sales in the first few months of the year, prices did increase. So I mentioned a little bit about leading indicators. Here it is. If you haven't watched my video on will the coronavirus affect housing prices, I highly recommend you do. I will put the link in the description box below this video. Also, I recommend you check out the San Jose video update. That's going to go into more detail on this. I'll give you a quick overview for Almaden. The good news is that Almaden is actually doing better than San Jose and better than the county. Even San Jose is doing better than the county. So I think Almaden, because it has more long-term, highly desirable properties, buyers are taking advantage of when a good property pops up, getting into contract. But sales are down. We were trending about 6 sales a week, pending new sales. That was the same in April of 2018. April 2019, it was actually a little bit more. But February, that was typical, and we've kind of been holding, except we did go down this last week a little bit. And inventory did go up. So we have seen a slight shift in the market from a very strong seller's market of 21 to a little bit more neutral market of 40 days of inventory. And that, again, is because the pending sales have drastically gone down because of the shelter in place. Overall, the Almaden market is doing okay, but definitely it has shifted. And because we are seeing a lot less sales than we would expect for this time of year, probably 50% less than we would expect this time of year, then that is maybe potentially going to affect prices unless people hold their properties off the market and they just continue to get eaten up fairly slowly. So if you have any questions, please do ping me or comment below this video. Thank you. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate your attention. If you like this information that I have provided, please do reach out and let me know if you'd like to be put on my email list for this specific Almaden Valley market update, or consider subscribing to my channel for market updates as well as lots of San Jose real estate information. Thanks so much.